Let me tell you what is actually happening right now. Not in 10 years. Not eventually. Right now, in 2026, artificial intelligence is not approaching the labor market, it is already inside it. In the last 18 months, tasks that employed hundreds of thousands of people, financial analysis, legal research, marketing copy, customer support, data entry, coding, design, accounting, even medical diagnostics, have been partially or fully automated by AI systems that cost a fraction of a human salary and work without stopping. The Goldman Sachs estimate that 300 million jobs could be affected by AI automation is no longer a projection. It is a process in progress. And the people who are going to be fine, not just fine, significantly wealthier, are not the ones who pretend it is not happening. They are the ones who understand exactly what is being replaced, what is not, and how to position themselves on the side of the technology rather than in the path of it. Here is the most useful framework I have found for understanding the AI labor shift. There are not two groups, replaced and safe. There are three. Group 1, the displaced. These are workers whose core output, the thing they are paid to produce, can now be generated faster, cheaper, and at scale by an AI system. Junior copywriters producing standard marketing content. Data analysts running templated reports. Customer service agents handling routine queries. Paralegals conducting document review. Entry-level coders writing boilerplate functions. These roles are not disappearing overnight. But the number of humans required to do them is shrinking, and will continue to shrink. Group 2, the exposed. These are workers who believe they are safe because their role involves creativity, judgment, or human interaction, but whose workflow contains large components that AI is actively learning to do. Senior marketing strategists whose teams used to include 5 junior writers. Accountants whose firms used to employ 4 analysts per partner. Developers who manage junior teams. The threat here is not direct replacement, it is structural downsizing around them. Their role survives. Their leverage and income growth do not. Group 3, the empowered. These are workers who understand what AI can and cannot do, and use it to multiply their individual output by a factor of 5, 10, or 20. They are the ones who are genuinely irreplaceable, not because the AI cannot do their tasks, but because they are the ones directing the AI, reviewing its output, making the judgments it cannot make, and operating at a level of output that was previously impossible for one person. In 2026, the empowered group is small. By 2030, it will be the only group that matters. Section 2. The income map. 5 income types that AI is actively destroying, and 5 it is creating. On the destruction side, routine cognitive labor, the tasks that can be described in a prompt and executed at scale. Volume content production. Templated financial and legal work. First-level technical support. Standard design and image production. Basic data processing and reporting. These are not niche roles. They represent tens of millions of jobs globally. On the creation side, 5 income types that did not meaningfully exist 5 years ago and are now generating significant wealth for the people positioned in them. First, AI workflow architects, people who design, build, and maintain automated systems for businesses. Second, prompt engineers and AI trainers, the humans who know how to get the highest quality output from AI tools. Third, AI-augmented creatives. Writers, designers, developers who use AI to operate at 10 times the previous human output level, making them extraordinarily valuable as individuals. Fourth, AI tool educators, people who teach businesses and individuals how to integrate AI into their workflows. The demand for this is enormous and the supply is still tiny. Fifth, owners of AI-leveraged businesses and content. People who build income-generating assets on top of AI infrastructure, including content channels, digital products, and automated service businesses. The common thread across every income type being created, they require a human who understands both the AI and the domain it is being applied to. That combination, AI literacy plus domain expertise, is the most valuable professional asset in the world right now. Section 3. The window. Right now, in 2026, there is a wealth-building window open that is wider than any window that has existed since the early internet. The people who built content businesses, digital products, and online audiences in 2004 to 2010, before those channels were saturated, built asymmetric wealth because they moved early. The people who bought Bitcoin before 2017. The people who learned to code in 2012 when it was rare. In every technological transition, the window of asymmetric opportunity is widest in the early period, before the strategies are well documented, before the tools are commoditized, before the competition arrives at scale. AI is at that moment right now. The tools are available. The strategies are emerging. The majority of people are still in denial, distraction, or paralysis about the shift. The people who build AI-leveraged income streams in 2026 are doing so with far less competition than the people who attempt the same thing in 2028. This is not about being first for the sake of it. It is about understanding that windows are real, they are finite, and the time to move through one is while it is open. Section 4. 3 moves. Not a 5-year plan. Not a complete career reinvention. 3 specific actions you can begin in the next 30 days that start repositioning your income and your skills toward the empowered category. Move 1. Spend 1 hour per day for 30 days using AI tools inside your current job, not to replace your work, but to accelerate it. Take your existing workflows and run them through the leading AI tools. Document what it does in 5 minutes that used to take you 2 hours. That documentation is your AI leverage map, and it is the foundation of everything else. Once you can articulate how AI multiplies your specific output, you have a skill that your employer and every competitor in your industry will pay for. Move 2. Identify the highest demand AI application in your specific domain and build one visible public example of your capability in it. One piece of content. One case study. One demonstration. Post it publicly. The people who are being hired, promoted, and paid premium rates for AI-augmented work in 2026 are not the ones who know how to use the tools in private. They are the ones who have demonstrated it publicly. Move 3. Build one AI-leveraged income stream outside your primary job, even a small one. A newsletter. A digital product. A consulting offer. A content channel. Something that uses AI to create value at a scale that was previously impossible for one person. It does not need to generate significant income in month 1. It needs to exist. The asset compounds. The income grows. The dependency on your primary job as your only income source, which is your single greatest financial vulnerability in the AI transition, begins to reduce. Here is the angle that most content about AI and jobs never reaches. Yes, the labor market is being disrupted. Yes, specific roles are being replaced. But the people who are building serious wealth in this moment are not just the ones who are avoiding displacement. They are the ones who have understood something more fundamental: AI has collapsed the cost of building an asset. The time, money, and team size required to build a content business, a digital product, a software tool, or a service business has dropped by an order of magnitude in the last 2 years. Things that required a team of 5 to produce can now be produced by one person with the right AI stack. Things that required significant investment to build can now be built in weeks. The floor for entering the creator economy, the product economy, the education economy, all of it has dropped. And the people who walked through that lower floor first are building income-generating assets on top of AI infrastructure that will compound for years. The AI transition is not just a labor market story. For the people watching this video right now, it is an asset-building opportunity, if you choose to see it that way. Section 6. The income architecture. This is where everything in this series connects. The DCA system from Video 5 is compounding in the background. The cold storage from Video 6 protects it. The tax strategy from Video 7 maximizes what stays in your pocket. And now, in Video 8, a new layer. An AI-leveraged income stream that feeds the investment system, reduces your dependency on any single employer, and puts you on the right side of the most significant economic shift of our generation. The architecture is not complex. It is four things working simultaneously: primary income protected by AI fluency, a growing AI-leveraged asset outside your job, a compounding investment portfolio, and a tax-efficient structure wrapping all of it. One person. One system. Built over 18 to 24 months. The person who builds this in 2026 is playing an entirely different financial game from the person who does not. Not because they are smarter. Because they understood where the window was, and they walked through it. The AI transition is real. The displacement is real. And the opportunity, for the people who act now, who build the leverage stack, who position their income on the right side of this shift, is the biggest wealth-building window of our generation. You have the investment system. You have the security layer. You have the tax architecture. Now build the income engine that feeds all of it and protects you from the single greatest financial risk of the next decade. Depending on one income source in a world being restructured by AI. Subscribe to Wealthverse. Next week I am pulling back the curtain on the hidden wealth habits, the specific behaviors and daily disciplines that separate people who stay financially stuck from the ones who keep building regardless of what the market, the economy, or the technology is doing. These are not motivational. They are structural. And most of them are invisible until someone shows you. I will see you there.